Hello and welcome to the Megadeth Rust in Peace review. I'm excited to be back. I was on a trip with my family and I kind of lacked motivation to make videos for a little bit. So that's why this is the first the first video in a while. But I'm very excited to be back and reviewing Megadeth's Rust in Peace. This is the band's fourth studio album. Came out in the year 1990, and it is the first album to feature the lineup Dave Mustaine on guitars and vocals, Marty Friedman on guitar, both lead and rhythm, Dave Ellefson on bass, and Nick Menza on the drums. And this is the first lineup with this album, and this lineup, people most commonly say is the best iteration of this band. I mean, for me, it definitely, I think, is their best lineup. They'd also do the two following albums, Euthanasia and Countdown to Extinction. And yeah, those albums are great. I don't think I'm pretty sure Nick Menza left before they did Cryptic Writing, so I might be wrong on that. So yeah, but this album came out in 1994, span with that lineup, and that's significant. Megadeth has had a lot of lineups. This is like their fourth or fifth lineup by the time they made this album, and it's only their fourth album. I know they had at least one lineup change before they recorded Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, their first album. And then, yeah, we got this one. And this album just feels like a different force behind it than the ones preceding it. I love those three records, the So Far So Good So Good, which I already reviewed. Great album. Peace Sells But Who's Buying? Great album. Killing Is My Business and Business Is a great album. But this is it just feels different. It feels special. It feels more powerful. There's some kind of lightning in a bottle going on with this album. And there's 9 tracks to get through. So let's get started with my 9th favorite song on the album, track 5, Poison Was the Cure. And I think I'm pretty sure this is the second shortest song on the album, and it's pretty good for what it is. It's kind of split in two. There's like this long intro, and then there's like the thrash part. The thrash part is really good. It's not like as stand out as some of the other moments on this album, but it's good. It's very good thrash metal. The first part is like this long intro, which has some cool bass palm muting in the guitars and nice tones from all around the band, and it's fine. I think it goes on for too long though for this song. And that's the main reason I have it at ninth place is it feels like once the song gets going, it's good. It's high energy, it's intense, and then it's over. It's like after this long minute intro, there's like a minute 40 of song of the rest of the song. It's just like you didn't give themselves enough time to go somewhere, which they could have. There's plenty of songs on this that go miles. So yeah, number 9, I have Poison Was the Cure. Number 8, I have the ballad of this album, Dawn Patrol, track 8. This song was almost not featured on this album because I guess according into this book I read a while ago, the Rust in Peace Megadeth Masterpiece, the inside story of the Megadeth Masterpiece or whatever, that Dave Mustaine co-wrote with how is it? Joel Salvin? I don't know. Good read if you like Megadeth and you like this album. This is a good read. There's a lot of really interesting stuff in here, and the whole book is pretty much just interviews about the different stages that went into making this album, and there's parts on like all the songs. So yeah, it's worth definitely worth a read. But in this book, it talked about how Dave Ellefson hadn't co-written any of the songs on this album, and I guess they needed a co-writing to receive royalties for the album. So then, I mean, David Ellefson had come up with the bass line for Dawn Patrol, and they kind of threw together the song to make sure he got royalties and paid for the work he did. And so yeah, I mean, Dawn Patrol, it's got a good bass line. The vocals are kind of strange. I don't know, the bass line's cool, and that's really the highlight of the song. It locks in with Nick Manza's drums well, so yeah, it's for what it is, it's good. It's not like the most life changing song on the planet. It's not genre defining or anything, but for what it is, it's very good. Same with Poison Was the Cure. Both. Yeah. We'll move on to 7, which is the closing track, track 9, Rust in Peace Polaris. The idea for this album came from a bumper sticker that Dave Mustaine saw while he was stuck in traffic or something, and he it said Warhead shall rust in peace or something like that, and that's where we got the idea for the album. And I like that message, you know, Rust having all the nukes and stuff, rust in peace, but the lyrics on this album are like not what we come here for. We come for the instrumentation, and this song does not disappoint. The riffs are great. The drum intro's very good. The yeah, I like the drum intro a lot. The riffs are good. Yeah, I mean, this song kind of pauses and you get the second half Polaris, and I think it works well to close out this album. Whereas like at the end where he says "Warheads shall all rest in peace," I think it works very well for what the album and closes it. So yeah, I mean, it's a good song. It's groovy. The vocals are good. The vocal lines are good. I love the way Dave Mustaine kind of does two different styles of vocals on here to kind of do two different characters, I think. And they contrast well. They sound very good with the instrumentation. It grooves, it bobs. It's a great closing track to a really good album. So yeah, Rust in Peace Polaris is my 7th favorite. Number 6, I have track 4, 5 Magics. Great solo on this album. Many great solos on this album. I forgot to mention the Poison Was the Cure solo is pretty good too. But 5 Magic has got a great solo, and again a good intro on this one. The riffs are good. I master 5 Magics. The vocals fit. Dave Mustaine's vocals, if he wasn't singing in a thrash metal band, they would be terrible. But for somehow it works. I think it works well. So yeah. 5 Magics is a banger. I mean, I don't know what else to really say about it. I like the song quite a bit. It's very enjoyable. It's a great listen. Yeah, it's good. Great solo. Great leads. Yeah. Number 5, I have track 6, Lucretia. I love the intro of the boom 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 boom, and then the riffs during the verse are great. They're kind of chugging along, and then yeah, he just plows along, he chugs, and then of course you have the solo at the end. Marty Friedman's segment is amazing. Then Dave Mustaine's segment is excellent. We'll talk more about Marty Friedman's leads later with some of the other tracks and how I think they're great, but all of these solos on the album that he does, it applies to. It's just I want to talk about it more with specific solos. But yeah, Lucretia's great. I love the vocal lines. I love the riffs. I love the drumming. The bass is good. Like it's just a rocking tune, and yeah, I think it's great. Yeah. Number 4, I have track 3, Take No Prisoners. Now this song bobs. The Take No Prisoners, take no shit. Like, it's great. It really is, and it's only like 3.5 minutes. Dawn Patrol is the shortest song on the album, but this is a short song, but it's a short rocking song. I love the riffing. It's fast. It's upbeat. It's intense. There's a great bass highlight in the song. Lead it, and then it's like, come out, or whatever he says, and yeah, it the riffing's great, the drumming's great. Again, every member of this group on this album just fit right exactly where they needed to go and created just great thrash metal, and that's really the best way I can describe it. Like you just have to listen to it and listen to the intricate the guitar works between Marty and Dave and how they line up and how the riffs change as the song goes on, but they sound similar. The variations and whatnot. So yeah, Take No Prisoners is great. It's a great song. Number 3, I have track 2, Hangar 18. Um, this is an interesting song in the context of metal bass because, again, according to this book, it kind of sounds like the 5-string bass. This was one of the first sightings of it in metal. Now, not on the actual album, but how this song works is the first part with like the verses is in E minor probably, or E as a tonal center. Metal usually doesn't stick to like strict key signature rules. It's all riff based writing, and this album's no exception. So like usually you'll have the lowest string be the key of the song, and it kind of just mixes between the different modes or whatever. Like you can, if you really want to dissect these songs, you could probably find elements from all the kinds of modes, like Dorian and there's probably Locrian in there somewhere, and Phrygian or whatever, Mixolydian. Like you could probably find elements of that in all these, Aeolian or the rest of them, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian, the diatonic modes. Sorry, diatonic modes is what I meant. And yeah, that's the first half of the song is in that, of E as a tonal center. Then they go down a step with D. And the reason 5-string bass comes into play is you'll tune to E standard on most of this album, and the lowest note is that E. So, but D's a step lower, and it wouldn't make sense to not tune down, which is what he did on the album. He just tuned it down to record the second half of the song. But the tour, it doesn't make sense to do that. It would be harder to play it with drop D tuning or whatever. So instead, they looked for a 5-string bass. They couldn't find it. But when they toured, he got one. So then he can play that low D because the 5-string has a low B string. So a 5th below or 4th below I guess it would technically be a 4th because below it, but like B's the 5th of E, but you get that extra 4th below it, which includes D. So you get the D, so you can play it without having to retune, which is great for touring. So then you don't have to like switch basses mid-song, because there's not really a place to do that in this song. But yeah, it's cool. That song kind of brought 5-string, helped introduce the 5-string bass to metal. And I don't know like specifically the first time it would be used, but this was up there. One of the earlier instances of a 5-string bass being used in metal, and now it's everywhere in metal. I mean, I play a 5-string bass, so it's all over the place now. But excuse me. Just a cool tidbit about that. Yeah, like I was saying, the song kind of has 2 halves. The first half is like choruses and verses and stuff. Second half, solo city, and so I love the intro. It's just such a unique sound for like the rest of the album. Like it's all guitars and metal bass and whatnot, drums, but just the orchestration, I should say, is very, very interesting. It sounds very layered. It sounds very neat. Lyrically, this song's about like aliens and like, I guess, going in on the cover. They're in Hangar 18 with like the politicians or whatever, and Vic's above the thing with the alien, and like knowing too much about aliens or whatever. I guess Nick Menza was fascinated by it, and that like helped influence the writing of this song. But yeah, I mean, the vocals sound cool. The vocal lines fit well with the music, so possibly I've seen too much. Hangar 18, I know too much. Yeah, it's great. And then you get the solos, and whenever you see a meme that's like Megadeth songs be like, I hate the government, 19 guitar solos, I swear this is the song that like laid that blueprint, because the whole back half of the song is Marty and Dave trading solos, and you really hear the contrast between the two player styles. Marty Friedman is one of the greatest lead guitar players in history, in my opinion. The way his every element of his playing is just top notch. Like he's got speed down. He can play lightning fast. He got phrasing down. He's got lyricism down. He's got like just shredding, like whatever. And Dave Mustaine he loves his really fast, shreddy solos, and he's very good at that. And so hearing between the two styles of players, like Marty, this very elegant, very um technically pure, very much. It sounds like he's like dancing across the fretboard during his solos. And then you have Dave, which is just like, how fast can I play? Let's show off, which he does a very good job of. His solos aren't like a Yngwie Malmsteen where it's just like, okay, I get it. This guy can play fast. No, Dave's compliment the song. They're not as musical as Marty's by any chance, but like they're musical enough that they fit the song and they don't feel like it's just a show off. Like they feel like they serve the song, which is what's important. But I much prefer Marty's leads because they're just so interesting. Like the way he phrases across the whole fretboard, like and how he does like sweep picks and whatnot, and that kind of a thing. It's very interesting to listen to, and it's enjoyable. His leads are amazing. Yeah, Hangar 18 is just an incredible showcase of what this band is capable of, I would say. Just all around really interesting orchestration, good riffs, solos are incredible. I mean, it's got everything you want from a Megadeth song. And so, yeah, number three, I think is fair. Hangar 18. Number two, so when I do these rankings, I rank them off of what songs are my favorite, not necessarily what songs are the best. And this is here because number two, I have track one, Holy Wars, The Punishment Due, which I honestly think is probably Megadeth's best song in terms of like writing and whatnot, songwriting. I think it's their best written song. It's not my favorite, but I really like this song. Um, it is it is probably their best song. And I would say if there's one song you need to hear from Megadeth, it's this song. And I say that, but I'm hesitant. We'll see. But there's an element of my number one song that um, might be worth hearing over this song. Maybe. Depends what you like in music. But this song is an ABA structure. You got the first part, Holy Wars, which there's an interesting story behind it. So basically, Megadeth were on tour in Ireland, and there was a guy selling t-shirts outside the venue or something. And as he walked past him or whatever, he said something like about the cause, but like the religious conflicts that were going on there. He said something about the cause. So drunk Dave in the middle of the show was like, "Give Ireland back to the Irish," not knowing that this was like uh gonna cause trouble. It wasn't. He didn't know it was something that would make people mad. So then a riot broke out, and they had to escort Megadeth out of the venue and out of there in a bulletproof car. And then Dave Ellefson is just kind of like, "What the heck? What's wrong with you?" Dave Ellefson, by the way, bad person, good bassist. No need to go into why he's not a good person here, but support the bass playing, don't support him. So, side note. He basically told Dave like, "What the heck, man?" And then Dave Mustaine wrote this song, and you hear lines in the part. It's like, "Fools like me cross the sea and come to foreign lands and ask the sheep for their beliefs." Like, and this guy like foolish, naive stand. Brother will kill brother, spilling blood across the land, killing for religion, something I don't understand. Fools like me cross the sea, come to foreign lands, to ask the sheep for their beliefs. Do you kill on God's command? I think that's like the first verse, and it's really good. It's very in-depth lyrics. Like there's meaning here. There's a lot more substance. Like some of these songs, it's like whatever you're talking about, but this one has real meaning and context. Which, again, I love the music. That's my number one thing. But when the lyrics have depth and have meaning, it just elevates the song to a new level. So, yeah, like I love Five Magics, but I don't care what the lyrics are about. The thing's great. Hangar 18, the lyrics are cool, but the music's why I listen to it. Same with Take No Prisoners. Like he has clever lines in there. D-Day, next up, Normandy. But it's just like like it's the riffs, it's the instrumentation that I care about, and yeah, the Holy Wars has really good lyrics. The riffs are iconic. Great way to kick off the album. Great way, really intense. It's great. Great way to kick off this album. First half, some of the best thrash you could never have in the first half. Then they slow it down. Um, Transitioned by a beautiful nylon guitar solo by Marty Friedman. And again, this is just like or whatever. I can't sing it. But it's just such a great transition to a great riff. The boom, 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 down, boom, boom, down, down, down. And this second half is about Marvel's Punisher, which cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care about Marvel that much. I mean, I like some of the movies in terms of like entertainment value. They're entertaining, but like I'm not like a oh my goodness, I love Iron Man or Captain America or whoever or Thor. I don't I just care that much about Marvel besides it's like casual entertainment. Like if I want to watch a movie, sure I'll put on Avengers or whatever just because it's entertaining. It's a good movie. It's fine, but it's not like my favorite thing in the world, and I don't obsess over it. But the Punisher character must have meant something to Dave because he wrote a song about it, which is cool. But you get like lines like "They killed my wife and my baby with hopes to enslave me." Interesting fact about this part when he says, "First mistake, last mistake." The developers of Fallout 3, um, implemented that line into some of the raiders. I think in the subway tunnels you can hear him say that, and that was because he said that in the song "First Mistake, Last Mistake," which Fallout 3 was made by the same people as New Vegas. So back to what I was talking about with "Set the World Afire." Maybe that song influenced the creation of the Dead Money DLC. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, probably grasping at strings. But with that, you know for sure that it someone on the development team liked Megadeth at some point. So there's that. But yeah, there's also two amazing solos in this section from Marty Friedman, both contrasting. One's more lyrical, one's more shreddy, and it just highlights how good of a player he is. So yeah, middle section's amazing. They slow it down, and then they get even faster for the repeat of the A section. It's not like a true. It's A inspired, I would say. It does sound a little different, but it's like a return to the A section, but they add variations, which I like. I like that. They feel like you're coming back, but also you changed, and that's nice. And so yeah, and then you get a great shreddy solo from Dave Mustaine. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like when he writes his super shred solos, it fits the song, and it fits the high intensity 200 beats per minute plus frantic race to the end that this song has. So yeah, and I love the way it ends. Next thing you know, they take my thoughts away, and the song ends. And then 6.5 minutes of your day are gone, and it's like, this is why we listen to metal, for that. But yeah, it's a great song. It's truly one of the best songs metal has produced. It's one of the best songs ever, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a great song. But my favorite song off the album is track 7, Tornado of Souls. And I'm a sucker for a good guitar solo, so it's probably no surprise that this song is number 1 on my list. Because it's Marty Friedman's best solo and arguably the best metal solo of all time. Like, you will not get far looking through lists of best metal guitar solos until you find this. Like, it's on almost every single one of them, I'm sure, and very high on it too. It's incredible. Just the phrasing and the sense of journey. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Marty Friedman covers the whole neck. He covers everything, and he's flying up and down. He's shredding, and it's all lyrical. Like it feels like you can hum along to this crazy solo that it's like 45 seconds of this song. It's like around a fifth of the length of this song. And what's really interesting is like Dave Mustaine's just laying down power chords and then Dave Ellison's playing the root under it. And Marty Friedman chooses notes that make these power chords into like give them quality. If you don't know what a power chord is, you're just taking the root and the fifth of the chord and playing them together. And I think they add the octave on top of the root, so it's like you get 1 5 1, which you can make a good shape like this: the root, the fifth, and the one, like that. Or you can do root 5 1 with just your ring finger on guitar or bass. So, and then Marty Friedman chooses the notes to give them quality, like major, minor qualities, or well, it wouldn't be diminished or augmented here, but you get the idea. He chooses the notes so you make a major, a minor, or an add 9 chord, or whatever. I guess technically it would be like a suspension or add suspensions, 2/4, whatever. He makes the quality. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he does that, and you just have to listen to the solo. The phrasing's phenomenal. It's so good. It's so good. It brings you to that epic climactic race to the finish where he shreds up the neck and he just climbs higher and higher, higher, and then yeah, it's great. The rest of the song is just that's obviously the highlight, but the rest of the song is damn good, and yeah, riffs are great. This is a breakup song, believe it or not, and I think breakup songs can work for sure. I think they're kind of overdone, but this one has a creative spin on it, thinking about like how being like a tornado of souls or whatever, you're confused, you're just spinning out of control, whatever. But yeah, the riffs on the song are great. Interesting lyrics, cool spin on a breakup song. What can I say? It's an amazing song, and that solo brings it to #1 spot for me. Holy Wars the Punishment Do as a song is their best showcase of what the band is capable of. But the solo is too good to not put at #1. And like the rest of the song is great. And there's like almost a minute build up to the actual solo. Like they come back to the intro riff and then it just builds and builds and you get that solo and it's just incredible. So yeah, I think Tornado of Souls is my favorite song off this album. Maybe my favorite Megadeth song. I don't know. I haven't made that list yet. Someday I'll probably get around to that. But yeah, final conclusion. This album's a 10 out of 10. It's one of the greatest metal albums of all time. Every song complements each other so well. It fits together. It has a vibe. Every song on here fits perfectly. I also think this is one of the albums where the album cover fits the music perfectly. Like, when I see this image, it's just like, yeah, it fits so perfect. And this is exactly how I would think something like this would sound. Like, it's a 10 out of 10. It's damn near perfect. It's incredible. Every song's great. Yeah, like, even the weaker songs, Poison Was the Cure, is still a very good song. It's just, you got stuff like Hangar 18 to compete with. So, yeah, Megadeth, Rust in Peace review. Thank you for watching. Amazing album. Go listen to it if you haven't. It's incredible. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll try and get at least one video out a week from now on. I probably can get more than one out in a week, but I'm going to try and commit to one a week. I don't know, I just lost motivation to make videos for a while, and I went on a trip, so have been a minute since I made one. But yeah, I'm excited to be making videos again. All right, see you in the next one.